this is the last topic. Not only today's, I think today is the last webinar. This is the last webinar today we are having. This is on digital lending. Basically, a lot of talks are going around about digitalization of the lending process, digitalization of the credit process. So we will just try to touch a bit, whatever was possible, about what is digital lending, how the entire process works, and I'll try to discuss as much as possible about different integrations which takes place at each stage of digitalization, right? So now digital lending is a platform where one can borrow within a short period. Digital lending permits borrower to apply for any consumer or business loan product from any internet working device at any location. Consumer or business loan products are credit cards, business loans, or mortgages. Now what happens is that you can simply download an app of Cash E if you want a personal loan, upload your documents, which goes to Cash E. Earlier, what used to happen, somebody physically used to collect your documents, and then they used to run your dedupe, CIBIL, entire analysis would take place. Now everything is absolutely automated. Now what happens the moment you upload your PAN card, there is an API integration with NSDL which checks the validity of your PAN card. The moment you upload your Aadhaar, there is an UIDI integration. However, Aadhaar is an OTP based verification. The OTP comes to you and then ultimately it gets verified. There is a DigiLocker verification where DigiLocker is you can upload all your documents in a digital format and keep it in a DigiLocker, which is absolutely safe. So similarly, Aadhaar can be verified even if you are going for an used car loan with Vahan, the entire vehicle details can be verified. So all these things are quite possible with multiple integration at different stages. This is a overall digital lending process where customer acquisition, like customer submits all the documents and fills up an online form either in a mobile or a laptop. What happens? Immediately CIBIL is run, dedupe is run, assessment takes place. Now assessment, there are multiple things. So what happens is that I just open my notepad. So you upload PAN, NSDL provides you verification. Upload Aadhaar, OTP based verification from OTP based verification from UIDI, right? Next, what are the things which generally we upload for loan? Say for an example, personal loan. Anybody familiar with CKYC? Yeah, payslip. I'll come to that. Anybody familiar with CKYC? Video KYC, that is VKYC. Okay, these are the process which is again separate entity, different from your lending system. Here integration happens, or in the lending system there is an inbuilt camera where you switch it on and you do your video KYC. Next you upload your PIC, which is also through an inbuilt camera, right? Then if you are salaried, then you upload your salary slip, right? You upload your Form 16 or ITR, correct? You upload your bank statement, current utility bills. mostly. And also probably your existing loan details. You can just fill it up, existing loan details. Loan details with monthly obligation. If you have any other source of income, then also you can say other income, right? We provide all these inputs, right? Yes, references. True, Yashwant. Very important. References. Very important. So these are the inputs. These are the inputs for the digital lending system. Now, what happens stage-wise? PAN verification happens from NSDL. Other verification happens. Now, I wish I could show you a system. The moment you upload PAN, it is OCR enabled. What is OCR? Anybody knows what is OCR? Currently, the systems which are coming, they have either an inbuilt OCR or they are integrated with an OCR service. What is OCR? Anybody knows? Optical character recognition. Right, optical character recognition. What it does, say suppose I just show you my PAN card. So I upload my PAN card. System will automatically read the PAN card data and it will get auto-filled in the portion. So suppose you are having a font like this, name, PAN, and DOB. You upload PAN card. So it's like that. Here you get an option of upload PAN. The moment you upload PAN, you see automatically your name gets autofilled, PAN and DOB gets autofilled. Now it's a two-step process to this. One is OCR, which reads the documents. Document. Second thing is autofilling. This is a two-step process which happens, right? Now this is just reading and autofilling. This is not verification. What happens is, let me open the Draw IO, which will help you to better understand the process. A typical lending format which we are trying to understand here. Right. So the step one is upload KYC. Right? You upload KYC. Now this is NSDL. First you log in, right? Just an example with NSDL. Upload PAN. The moment you upload PAN, at this stage, there is an integration with NSDL. Now, NSDL is an outside third-party system. Here you are integrated by API with NSDL and you are verifying. The first stage is once you upload PAN, it is OCR enabled. It reads all the data and autofills. Then the second portion is you upload, you integrate with NSDL and you fetch all these details of the PAN, whether the PAN is valid or not, whether the PAN is forged or not. Right? Then the next step is probably you upload your Aadhaar. So you can see here it is two way. One way you are sending the data to NSDL and you are receiving data from NSDL. Again, what you are doing, upload Aadhaar. Here it is UIDAI. So you do an OTP verification, OTP based Aadhaar verification with UIDAI. It's clear till now? Yes or no? Please write in the chat box. Clear, right? Next is you upload all other documents. Now, when I say other documents, it means bank statement, financials, all other docs, right? The moment you do this, how deduping takes place? This system sends the data to LMS or CBS. Sends data to LMS or CBS, core banking system, right? As a result, what we get? We get dedupe, right? LMS is loan management system. CBS is core banking system, right? So what the system gives us? System gives us something called dedupe results. So we get something called dedupe. Something called dedupe. Now dedupe can have two possibilities. One, your existing customer with a good track record or your existing customer with a bad track record, right? It can give two results, right? First result is existing customer with a bad track record. CI, right? Now, dedupe system is basically you already have a database where your existing data, like the PAN card, now you can define based on what dedupe search will happen. So you say, you put a logic that the dedupe search will happen based on PAN, name, DOB. For an example, you define it. Then what happens the moment you enter PAN, name, and DOB, algorithm is written in such a manner, the system searches the entire database, rather system scans the entire database, and what it does, it finds out whether the PAN number is matching with any of the customer in your system or not, whether the name is matching or not, whether the DOB is matching or not, right? So this is how the entire process works, right? Now, dedupe can have, actually can give three results. One is existing customer with bad. So one is existing customer with bad repayment. So existing with bad repayment. What do you do in that case? You simply reject, outright reject. So you don't even bother to take the case further, right? You reject it. The other two option is new customer. So he is not your existing customer, and existing with good repayment. Existing with good repayment, right? So in both the case, what you will do, a new customer and existing customer with a good repayment. This is all about digital lending process. This is a typical flow of LOS, loan operating system. It can be from FinOne, it can be from anybody. This is a typical flow of loan operating system in a digital lending. Now, in both the case, you will run a CIBIL, right? We are going to run a CIBIL or bureau. It can be any bureau. Right? We run bureau. Check bureau. Okay. Now, again, bureau can have two outcomes. One is bad report or good report, right? So bureau can have again two outcomes. One is good report, another is bad report, right? So if the report is bad, then what? We outright reject. Yeah, bureau can be civil, CRIF, Experian. So check bureau. Bad report. If it is a bad report, then what happens? You reject. Simply reject, right? But if it is good report, then you will further go for underwriting. Yeah, so that is again a management call. What happens? Currently with digitalization, that kind of manual decisioning scope is slowly and gradually getting reduced. Earlier, what it could have been, like, the credit manager feels that yes, loan can be given. Like, think an example of an automated loan process of consumer durables. So you step into a Reliance Digital, you will find that the finance guys are sitting over there. What they do, they take your PAN card and they do an other OTP verification, and your loan immediately gets sanctioned. So there are two persons. You approach them, I approach them. Your loan got sanctioned, my loan got rejected. There is no scope of any discussion. It is rejected means it is rejected. That's it. There is no scope of any uh, discussion. The discussion takes place only in case of high ticket size loans, when there is manual involvement, or if sales is saying that yes, justified mitigates are there, for which probably they can take a different route with deviation or manual deviation, and they can take the loan through the system again. That is possible. Okay. Now, suppose the report is good report. What do? We start underwriting. And the next stage is we'll start underwriting. Right? How? What are the things which we are going to do? We will do financial statement analysis. What we are going to do? We are going to do financial statement analysis, FSA, bank statement analysis, BSA, ITR, and GST analysis. So at this stage, all this analysis takes place. Multiple analysis takes place. How it takes place? Again, there is OCR and analyzing tools. Either you have your own inbuilt analyzing tools here, or nothing is manual. Nothing is manual. Or you integrate with a third party who has all these tools where you send data by API and you get the analysis by API. This is a two process. Plus here there are certain important things with which you do integration. One is if it is a company, for an example, you integrate with MCA, you integrate with crime check and multiple external portals. Right? We do that. Yeah, so GST is already there. So it could be multiple things. So yeah, you can integrate with GST as well. Obviously, because GST analysis, how it is happening. Right? Otherwise, how you'll do GST analysis, GST portal and all. Multiple crime check, MCA, GST analysis, lot of things you do here. Multiple integrations, multiple level of integrations are there. Right? Plus, there are some third-party integrations. What are those? Those are your different third-party agencies. Those are different third-party agencies like FI, FI, RCU, legal check, plus valuations or technical, plus the valuation agency. Right? We do this. FI is field investigation and RCU is risk containment unit. It is called FCU also. So it is a both side arrow. The reason it has to be slightly smaller. The reason it is a both side arrow is it's a two-sided information. It's a two-way information process. Okay. So this underwriting happens. This underwriting happens with multiple integrations. You integrate with MCA, crime check, GST, some other alternate data sites, and also you take information from FI agency, RCU, legal check, valuation. Now this underwriting can again have two outcomes. One is either you reject or you approve, right? There could be two outcomes. right? What are those two outcomes? Either you can approve or you can reject. So one is reject. Second one is you approve. To approve, right? Yes or no? Where you are rejecting, the matter ends there. When you are approving, then there are few other things which has to be done. What are those? The case is approved. So what do? We issue sanction letter, right? We issue sanction letter, right? Yes or no? Now, here there is again multiple level of integration. At each and every step, like when I am sending, uh, details to LMS or CBS, and I'm fetching dedupe result, the same can be notified to all the stakeholders, internal stakeholders, could be a sales manager or could be a credit manager. And if based on the dedupe report, the case is rejected, same can be notified to the concerned sales manager and the customer as well. By what? By API integration with the notification platform. So there are different notification platforms. Any idea about what are the ongoing notifications platforms in the market? Company name? Any idea? What are the current notification systems which are there in the? Yeah, correct. So solution provides all these services to banks. You are right. Why did you mention solution only? Okay, you know only that. Okay, and how did you know about solution? Oh, I see. Okay, understood. So it is not only solution. There are companies like TCS, Infosys. There are companies like Wipro. If you have heard about Nucleus Software, they have their own LOS LMS. So the entire thing, and lot of LOS LMS companies have come in. Point is, when I talk about notification platforms, then there are names which comes here. First is notify, that obviously from solution. Then there is Cisco Then there is Litmus World. And no, Gupshup is a review platform, right? These are few notification platforms out there. So I could provide you some more names, right? So majorly, okay. So Cisco Cherry. Acha, yes, right. Qualtrics. So a lot of companies are there like this. Just 1 minute, guys. So these are the companies through which you can send notification by WhatsApp integration, by SMS integration, by email integration, that what is the status of the cases. It is rejected, it is approved, it is taken ahead, whatever. Okay. Yeah, but bank system, how does it send? Bank system that cannot send notification directly. So if it is say rejected, what happens? It integrates with a third-party system. It integrates with a third-party system. So how it happens, I'll tell you. So suppose at this stage, the loan gets rejected. Then this information is passed on to a third-party system, say for an example, Notify. This is a kind of communication gateway. Notify is a communication gateway. Now from Notify itself, it's like an API gateway. It is having integrated with multiple things like WhatsApp, Gmail, SMS. Okay. Now you from the banker side, you define what are the modes of communication you need. I don't know, Anand. Paytm, which software Paytm is using, I don't know. I need to check it. Which software Paytm is using. Right. So now what happens? Now you can define by what is the channel which you want to use for communicating your customer. Say you say it's WhatsApp and email. So Notify will only configure WhatsApp and email integration by which this entire details will be, I mean, the communication of rejection will be sent to the customer. Right. Then further it is sent to the customer. Then the customer. Slightly will go above. Customer is notified. Customer is informed. Right? And not only customer, even the internal stakeholders. Internal stakeholders includes your sales manager and others. The sourcing agent might be your DSA or channel partners. They are also informed about it. Okay, so I'll come to that. I'll come to that about pre-approved loans. I'll come to that. Let me complete this process first. Okay. So what happens? Now customer is notified, but what about the approved one? We have issued a sanction letter. Then post issuance of sanction letter, what we need to do? We need to go for the documentation, right? So in system, I have to upload certain documents, right? What are those? It is loan agreement, It is PDCs, NASH mandate, everything. Now there is a point. Correct. Disbursement document. Now there is a point. The point is, we are talking about a digital economy. We are talking about digitalization. Is it mandatory to get the loan agreement signed on pen and papers? Why should we waste paper? Why should somebody go physically and get the loan agreement signed? Why it should happen? Why it should happen that somebody has to visit physically and get the loan agreement signed? No, 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 no. Correct. So there is something called legality. It's a portal. I don't know how many of you have heard about legality. I have an account also, legality. That if I want to get my agreements, I do it through legality. I don't need to go anywhere, simply. Just online Aadhaar based sign, legality. You have to create an account in legality. You can purchase stamp paper through them, or else belongs to stamp paper of which state you want to purchase, or else you can simply purchase a stamp paper, get the agreement printed out, and you just scan the PDF copy in the legality. Might be you are sitting in Delhi, the other person who is going to sign is sitting in Mumbai. Then what happens? It becomes quite problematic. Like you sign, then you courier it, send it to him. It will take another 3-4 days to reach the document. Then he will sign. Then he will send the document. And legality, it is within few minutes. It's Aadhaar OTP based. So what happens? So here I am creating a place for legality. Legality. So what happens is next step, as a next step, it is agreement signing. Right? Agreement signing can be done by legality. It's again a two-way process. Correct. You can avoid any kind of physical documentation. And anyhow, DigiLocker is there, which is free of cost, where you can keep all these documents stored safely. DigiLocker is a government app, right? Now, when agreement takes place, what is the next step? The next step is upload post-sanction documents. What the sales guy do? They upload the post-sanction documents. PSD, that is post-sanction documents. Once that is uploaded, what happens? The last stage is disbursement. right? This is the end. Once the disbursement happens, then what happens? The entire data is pushed to LMS. That is loan management system. Well, before disbursement, something happens, that is generate repayment schedule. And then finally you disburse. And then you push it to LMS. This is the last step, push to LMS, right? This is the overall flow of a digital lending. Now, this information of customer happens at every stage of rejection and also at every change stage. This is also again integration. So you can see probably what you see, there are a lot more number of integrations at each and every stage. Correct. So this is the entire process. Now, theoretically, you understand anything, but this is something practically which you can visualize that each and every stage. So here, in terms of when you are doing underwriting, in terms of integration, you can integrate with alternate data, everything, right? Up to this much is clear. Any input for me? Any input for me? Up to this much is clear. Thanks, Yashwant. Yeah, do that. No issues. Okay, sure. Let us go next. So when we talk theoretically, the digital lending process is this much: analytic, assessment and analytics, sanction and repayment, collections. But when I talk about, like when I say a detailed one, then obviously it is like this. So, as PNG.
So just I have one question.
Yeah.
See, like I have a home loan, and then like I've been paying EMI like regularly without any default, me or anybody else. So that particular information will be shared by them to others because, or will it be kept by them confidentially? The bank
I
which I'm paying.
didn't get your point. Come again.
So I taken a home loan from a bank,
Hmm.
and I've been paying my like I taken from L&T Home Finance. Like I'm paying it very regularly to the bank, to the wherever to the borrow from wherever I borrowed. Okay. So will they share this information to others in terms of that I've been paying regularly or something like that, which actually improves my CIBIL score or whatever?
They will share it with Shibil, but it will show that you don't have any DPD.
Oh, okay. But don't you feel that just another question is, don't you feel even they are at risk if they share, say somebody, whoever it is, who pays very regularly, then somebody else will approach them with a lower interest rates. So it's also a threat to the business, right? So that's why I asked, will they share or not? At least those who pay regularly, properly. Is there any compulsion that they should share? Because only based on which you
With
will get your
whom?
database, right?
With whom you are saying?
With the external sources.
There is compulsion.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, obviously. So whoever you are lending, you have to send, the details to bureau. See, bureau participation means once I want to access bureau reports, I want to see what others are what where from the customers have taken funding. If I am participating in bureau activities, I will have to share my record as well.
But will they mask it and send their good
No,
apples
no,
also?
no. Basically, what kind of mask you are saying? Masking is applicable only for Aadhaar, nothing else.
No. Masking means whoever is their good customers, if
Hmm.
they share, then say example, so tomorrow Bajaj Finance or some other home loan will know, okay, some particular XYZ is regularly paying,
Hmm.
say L&T at a higher interest rates and he doesn't default. Then they can
Hmm.
approach me and say, okay, I will reduce by 100 basis points, 50 basis points, you move to me and then benefit. So there is
Hmm.
also a risk, right?
So you
It's
want
a
to say
business risk.
there is so you want to say there is risk of losing business, right?
Yeah, exactly. Customer. Yeah, whoever is
Yeah,
paying properly.
understand, Baba. But thing is that they have to mandatorily share all the customers' details to CIBIL or bureau.
Okay.
If they are participating in bureau, now you will hardly find any financier as on date who is not participating in bureau.
Okay.
Even a Gaddi, like I'll not say Gaddi finance, like even a small microfinance also they do participate in bureau, right? Okay. So next is customer engagement. So once we have understood that all these things is happening, push to LMS, the customer is in my database, I have to maintain. So if you look at this figure is slightly superficial. And this figure gives you each and every step in a much more detailed manner. Right? What are the benefits of digital lending? The major benefits are it is quite fast and you can expect an instant dispersal of funds. So what happens if you want to purchase a mobile, you step into any good store, might be a Reliance store or somewhere where the finance guy is sitting. They immediately check your bureau score and immediately they grant you loan. You take the mobile, either at a zero down payment or at a minimum down payment, you take the mobile handset and you can work out. That's it. It's a customer friendly application. So there are two ways. Like one is either you are directly applying for the loan or else on your behalf, the relationship manager is applying for a loan. If you are applying for a loan, there are many loan apps which are available in Google Play Store, where you just have to install that app, and it's a customer friendly application where you yourself can, it's a do it yourself journey when you yourself can upload all your details and documents and you can get the fund. The third important thing is paperless process. That is what I discussed, that like even from onboarding up to signing of every agreement, everything is paperless. Everything is paperless. So you show me in this process, there is no involvement of paper. It's a pure, like, pure paperless check. Even the agreement also, it is getting signed by legality by Aadhaar OTP verification, Aadhaar OTP signature. And also legality gives you to sign in a scribble manner. Scribble, right? Just you can scribble with your cursor and you can sign. So there are two options in legality portal. One is you sign by Aadhaar. The second is you sign by scribbling, right? Next is it offers transparency in lending. So because there is no manual intervention and fixed algorithm is there and machine learns on fixed algorithms, so it is much more transparent in lending. Next one is reasonable interest rate. Obviously, when you are opting for an app, you can go and check the interest rate offered by multiple apps. Even like, PNB HFL, if you go to the site, you can choose your interest rate, tenor, you can choose your loan amount. It's like that, right? So this is ideal in case of emergency. Why? It is ideal because the process itself is very fast. The process itself is very fast. And so this process is slightly complicated because you need to do so many analysis, FSA, BSA, ITR, GST. Ideally, if it is a PL, probably the process will end here. Process will end here up to CIBIL. CIBIL up to bureau. That's it. The process will end here. This will not involve. And from this login to this up to this bureau check is within 1 or 2 minutes. Within a span of 1 or 2 minutes. That's it. Right? So especially if somebody is having emergency, dire need of fund, could be some medical emergency, then they can avail this kind of facility. Next is omni-channel presence. So when we say omni-channel presence means multi-channel presence. So it can be done by app, it can be done by web, right? Cutting edge over other competitors. So if someone is already into manual process of disbursement or lending, and the other has followed digital method. Digital method first will reach to maximum number of customers. Second, it is much more user friendly. Third, it is more fast, so which will always give maximum user experience. Right? These are the major benefits of digital lending. Plus, it is digital. It's a paperless journey. Now, what are the key growth drivers in digital lending? One is millennials and Generation Z consumers. So today's generation. I'm not talking about our parents. We don't have time to run behind the banks, go and sit in the bank, submit our documents, or even we don't want to spare some time where the executive will come and I have to give documents and all these processes. So rather, I would prefer to simply go and apply in an app where I get my loan. And once I get my loan, simple thing is, like, I get my repayment schedule instantly, sanction letter instantly, and then through the app only I can make payment. Or else through the app only I can, do the, register the ENASH mandate and automatically my account will get debited on that particular EMI day. This is number one. Number two is surfeit of data and associated analytics. Now, proliferation of smartphones and apps have led to availability of data. Sophisticated analytics allows mining such data. Now, what happens at this stage, when you are doing underwriting, the way you are integrating with MCA, crime check, GST, e-codes, you can have multiple alternate data source points. You can integrate with Vahan. You can integrate with multiple data points. Now these data points are available with the facility of analytics, AI, and all these things. And when you collect all these data points, say you have around 100 odds parameters or variables, which you can further put it into a model and make a yes, go or no go approach. Okay. Now, do you have any idea about how these models work? How a credit risk model works, especially? I think I'd shown you the other day a retail model, especially when you have categorical variables, not numerical variables. Yeah. So yes. So when you have a categorical variable, so you convert it into binary numbers with yes, with 0 and 1, and you put it in a model and you find out a regression. Right. Next is a speed of operations and lower cost. So one is the cost is much lower because bare minimum person's involvement is there. And second is it is quite fast. The speed of operation is very high. Okay. This is the main reason. Advantages of digital lending in MSME are quick loan approval, credit underwriting insights. Obviously, you get better insight for credit underwriting, introduction of formal banking and reduced credit gap, operating cost efficiency. This is an overall consumer lending process. Just go through it, which I have in fact explained you, but still you can just have a look. Okay. Any query here in this picture? So basically it is consumer lending, which is very much, somebody was asking, yeah, so which is basically very fast. It's an automated sanction. It's a scorecard based sanction, which is happening. And there is an ecosystem of data from where which gets integrated with the existing system. Okay. Now let me answer. Somebody was asking me about pre-approved loans. So when I talk about pre-approved loans, how do you define a customer and tag it with a loan eligibility of X amount? How do we do that, or how do banks do that? Mainly two things. One is, say I am having salary account with ICICI Bank, for an example. Few things are happening here. One is my transactions. First of all, my amount credit in my account. Second, transactions. Third, average balance. Fourth, average credit. Fifth, number of check bounce. Sixth, EMI payment from this account, whether any bounce or not. Sixth, utility bills payment. Eighth, a behavior analysis, a spending behavior analysis. What is this? What is this? This is actually done. Data is collected from the bank statement and actually it is put into again a regression model or a gradient boosting model where the spending behavior is analyzed. So how do you refer to spending behavior analysis? What it is? Can somebody tell me, please? Correct. So balance maintenance during the months, right? So 15th onwards, how much balance is maintained? 25th onwards, how much balance is maintained? So we have discussed it a couple of times that several occasions, if the bank observes that few amounts are getting credited at the end of the month, and the same amount is getting debited in the name of the same parties in the beginning of next month, that means he is just surviving, right? Which all these things are analyzed in detail. Inflow, outflow analytics, correct. So all these things are analyzed in details, and then based on all these things, they decide, fair enough, seems like that the customer's FOIR is this, then let us offer him a credit card with X limit or personal loan with X amount. Right. So there are certain data which is already accessible to me. Based on that, I decide that I will offer him an X amount of limit or loan. So this is how pre-approved loans work. Or does this answer your question? Yeah, these are rules based, and obviously it has to be rules based because this is totally algorithm based. So the entire algorithm runs on rules only. Like if these are the observations, like if this is the observation, then this happens. If this is the observation, then this happens. So what happens in the back of the system, there is something which is called as rule engine. There is something called rule engine. So all these data are flown, all these data are thrown to the rule engine as inputs, and the output comes out. It goes like this. Starts with a Mushtaq, then say 2 lakhs. Okay. Starts like this, an API format. In the Mushtaq close, then again the Mushtaq opens, then again it is name, average balance, value. Like this. This is a JSON schema kind of thing. This is called as JSON schema, which is sent through API. All these details goes to the rule engine, and the rule engine gives an output. Clear up to this much? This is a process of PAN search. When you do PAN search manually, you enter the PAN number. It will go to NSDL site. You enter the PAN number and do PAN search. But currently, now everything happens on an integration basis where whenever you enter PAN number in the UI of your system, it automatically fetches all these details because there is a backend API integration already. Anybody knows what is the full form of API?
Application programming interface.
Correct. Application programming interface. Right. That is the full form of API. Right. This is Aadhaar OTP verification process. Currently, what is happening? Only last 4 digits. So, Aadhaar card you are uploading, it is getting stored in the system, but nobody who is checking it can see your entire Aadhaar number because only 4 digits in the last will be visible. Rest all the digits will be masked as per government rules. Only thing is that with OTP verification, OTP will come to the registered mobile number. The customer has to give the OTP. Aadhaar is verified. This is a process of video KYC. So you get an Aadhaar OTP, enter that. You upload an Aadhaar XML file. And then again, PAN verification happens by OCR extraction. KYC validation happens. Overall KYC validation happens with additionally with CKYC and digital lockers. So you do a video KYC. And customer liveliness is checked by the video and selfie-based liveliness check. Now, this selfie-based liveliness is very important. Why? Because it covers it has a lot of AI-based features. So for an example, a video KYC which is done today, it captures many minute things, including your eyeball and everything. So even after 10 years, when my looks will be changed, even if I do video KYC, it will match with my old photo. So it is having an app. The app is in such a way designed that if the same person comes, even after 20 years, the app is able to catch hold of that. But yes, this is the person. So a video KYC, when you do, if you have noticed, you cannot have people standing beside you. Do you know that? Like if somebody is standing beside you and you are doing video KYC, you are taking your picture, the system will not allow. You know why? Any guess, any wild guess? Because video will not be able to identify who is the right person. Say me and one of my friends, both are standing in front of the video, should be able to identify. That's why it's like there is one app called DG Yatra, where you can take out your what do you say, boarding pass. In the airport, you need to do live photograph. But when you do that, you cannot stand with anybody standing beside you. You have to go to a background which is white or a wall. Then you take the photograph, you complete the DG Yatra process. Because system should be able to identify that this is Abhijit. That's it. When somebody else is coming, they will not be able to identify which one is Abhijit. This is DigiLocker. It is like it's a locker. Like in the locker, what do we keep? We keep ornaments in the locker. We keep certain important documents in the locker. Similarly, DigiLocker is a secure cloud-based platform for storage, sharing, and verification of documents and certificates. It's one of the key initiatives under the Digital India program. It was dedicated to the nation by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 1st July 2015. Now, basically, whatever our documents are important, could be PAN, could be Aadhaar, could be passport, could be your educational certificates. Where do we keep? We keep it in the hard copy. We might keep a soft copy on the Google Drive. We might keep somewhere else. We can keep it on our mail. But DigiLocker is again a place where you can keep all these soft copies safely at zero cost. It is free of cost. At zero cost, you can keep all these things in DigiLocker. Clear? Up to this much is clear? Should I go ahead?
Sir, on this earlier slide, can you just
Sorry?
like, on the earlier slide,
This one?
video KYC. So you are saying just you can make a call, and because I've never experienced this. So everything like it should be aligned to your Aadhaar and all should be based on aligned to that particular mobile number, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you dial from that and show your face, and you can complete the KYC. That's what you're saying for a loan.
Yeah, there is a video KYC process. Correct.
Okay. But all banks are okay with it, sir?
Almost all banks are doing video KYC currently.
And based on which they can sanction the loan.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there any limitations here?
No.
Okay.
Quite faster. You don't need to visit a bank even.
Okay, but
what happens, you know, so when you are applying for a loan and instantly getting approval, how do you get the approval if you do not do video KYC, CKYC?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is the compulsory when it comes to digital lending.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, Tanuma is saying what is right. Even the mutual fund house, even the equity house, they do. Even the equity companies, they are doing it.
Okay.
So this is our typical LOS activities. Just have a quick look on this. And however, I have in fact given you much more details. Okay, I will not be able to share this one with you guys. So please take a snip of this. I will not be able to share this one. Probably I'll try to, but generally this is draw.io. Sending a draw.io file is slightly cumbersome. The opening also, if you do not have a draw.io. So please take a snip of this because this is much more elaborate. Let me know once you are done. Okay, others all are done. Just take a snip of this. Take a snip of this. So everyone is hopefully done with this. Okay. Now this is few components of lending system: business rules, workflow, system integrations. LOS is loan operating system. LMS is loan management system. CRM is customer relationship management. collections, doc management, accounting. Now, what are the significance of this? So this entire process, which I have shown from login to push to LMS, this entire set of activity is something called as LOS, that is loan operating system, right? LMS is something where the entire month-on-month basis, the statement of account gets generated and all the charges, ledgers are kept. Accounting takes place. So accounting is not a separate activity. Accounting is inbuilt in the LMS. Also, LMS is also a tool wherefrom you can extract your current principal outstanding. You can extract your charge details, like what are the accrued charges. You can extract your foreclosure statement. Everything can be done at LMS. And based on the LMS data, your entire portfolio dump. Your portfolio dump is nothing but an outcome of LMS data. What is doc management? Anybody is having any idea what is document management system? What is document management system? It is also called DMS. It's a system to, yeah, so it is soft copy of documents where all the soft copy of documents are stored. Not stored, right? All the soft copies of docs are stored here. That is document management system. And when we talk about accounting, accounting is nothing but ledgers. How ledgers are created? Say for an example, right? There are few ledgers which you create in a statement of account. Right. For an example, accrued principal, accrued interest, accrued EMI, which is the sum total of interest and principal, cash account, right? Cash or bank account. Yes, overdue account. Coming to that. Interest overdue. Let us break overdue account. Principal overdue account. Check bouncing charge. So these are the ledgers, multiple ledgers which we create, and we post it accordingly based on the transactions, what is event happening. This entire accounting is a part and major feature of LMS. That is loan management system, right? So another thing is decision rule engine, where all these rules, policies are set up, which you call via API, and you make a decision whether to go ahead or to reject it. Now, next is a very important topic is mobile payments. So we are doing mobile payments on a regular basis. We use GPay, Paytm, and all this. Why they are convenient, right? One is mobile payments are becoming increasingly common because of the convenience they can afford. You don't need to carry cash. You don't need to carry card. You just have to have your mobile. right? So there is a payment app, there is an internet and users payment information. That's it. So you link the app with your bank account. There are two ways. One is either you have a wallet where you put amount and you make payment from the wallet. What happens in Paytm? The other option is like in GPay, you link the app with your bank account, and once there is a transaction, your bank account gets debited. So these are the two major ways, right? This is a settlement process in mobile payment. Who is mainly from central government? The authority is NPCI, that is National Payment Corporation of India. So this is the, if you see, stage-wise process is beautifully explained here. Stage one is you make the payment or order through UPI. So you actually don't make the payment. You scan it, right? You go to a shop, you scan it, that I have to make the payment to this merchant. Now, once you scan it, what happens? There is something called payment aggregator, which sits between your bank and like your app and the bank. So that payment aggregator pushes the authorization request to partners bank, escrow bank. Partners bank means merchants bank. Then merchant banks pushes it to NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. National Payment Corporation of India asks for authorization request to your bank. Suppose you are maintaining bank in Axis and merchant is maintaining bank with HDFC Bank. HDFC says that I have to collect 500 rupees and please authorize me, or please give me that money. It saying this request, it pushes to NPCI. NPCI further pushes it to Axis Bank. Axis Bank further, authorizes the response. It says, okay, fair enough, balance is there, it can be debited. And the moment it is authorized, you get a notification by SMS. And the same authorization response is given to NPCI. What does NPCI do? NPCI also provides authorization response to HDFC Bank, which is the merchants bank. And the payment aggregator receives the money in escrow account. So there is basically this HDFC Bank is nothing but an escrow account between payment aggregator and the merchant. It is an escrow account where the payment is made, and then the payment aggregator further pays to merchant bank, and merchant receives. Yeah. Up to which portion you had heard? Can somebody write, or should I repeat the entire process? Well, I'll repeat the entire process. Okay. So I'll repeat the entire process. No worries. So you go to a shop, you scan your scanner, right? When you scan your scanner, you scan the scanner of the merchant. That is basically a payment aggregator. The payment aggregator, we sitting, but basically between the scanner and the escrow account. Escrow account is between the merchant and the payment aggregator. To the escrow bank, a notification is sent by the payment aggregator that 500 needs to be debited from this customer's account. this is the details. Payment aggregators bank follows up with NPCI that you give us authorization request. NPCI further sends an authorization request to the payer's bank, like your bank. It could be Axis Bank. That 500 needs to be debited. Now, if in case balance is there, bank says, fair enough, I am giving you a response, positive response that yes, you can debit. The other amount can be debited. The moment NPCI gets this response, they again pass on this authorization response to the payment aggregator bank, and payment aggregator makes, because payment aggregator has received the payment, and once the payment aggregator receives the payment, you as a customer, you also get an SMS. Once payment aggregator receives the payment, they receives the money in the escrow account and further transfer it to merchant's bank, and merchant gets the money. Now all these things happens within a settlement time. So it depends, like it happens in T+1, it happens in very small span of time. Right? Any question, any query, any input up to this?
So just one query. On 2 occasions when I actually paid, like the amount was once Blinkit and once more in a hotel. Like my account, it got debited. Their account, it didn't get credit. So I had a big problem actually. Then they said, you go here, you go there. Then I reached to so many companies, Paytm. Wherever we go, they are telling they are not responsible. How do we?
Can you come again with the problem statement once again?
Yeah, problem statement says, see, I paid this particular, I scanned and I paid that amount. Okay. In my account, it is debited.
Okay.
But in the merchants, that was a restaurant I paid, for him, it did not get credit. So I had to again use my credit card and pay. Then I had to go to my bank. Then their bank was Yes Bank, and it was very difficult to get the money. Then eventually that guy said, okay, I will give you credit. You can eat again for that particular amount. So then same issue I had with Blinkit also, but I didn't get the money till today.
So what happens when you face this kind of problem? Raise the matter to RBI Ombudsman. Always do that. Just go to first you initiate RBI Ombudsman. Yeah. So there is something called nodal officer of a bank. So every bank, so whichever bank you have linked with your Paytm account or GPay, so you just Google nodal officer. It's very easy. I'll show you. Now, nodal officer is responsible for handling all the grievances and even RBI queries. So nodal officer, say for an example, ICICI Bank, Mumbai. Like you get the list of nodal officers, right? And you also get, so for an example, Andhra. So you get the name of no, not this one. This is RBI. So nodal officers of ICICI Bank. Email ID of the bank nodal officer. C. You get the NRI. If it is an NRI account, similarly, you have to search a bit, nothing else. And you get the nodal officer's number or RBI Ombudsman or IC or email of Ombudsman Mumbai. Email of ICICI Ombudsman Mumbai.
Okay.
Okay. One is you have an online portal to submit your application, or you have a process to submit a complaint where you can submit a complaint. It will directly go to the nodal officer. Once you do that and you wait for 30 days, after that, if nothing has happened, you can simply go to RBI Ombudsman, complaint. Just go to this. Now, lodge a complaint against specific regulated entity. Click here to file a complaint against any regulated entities or banks. Not this. This is against RBI. So you just go there, open it, right? You is file a complaint. Click here on file a complaint. enter the CAPTCHA. Now your name, your mobile number, you get the OTP just to verify whether it is you only who is registering a complaint, and you just take it ahead and immediately you can submit all the complaints. Just you have to follow this process. If you raise a complaint with RBI Ombudsman, the bank will come and they will touch your feet.
Okay. No, but one more thing I did is, see, I also like
This is the easiest way to get your money back from bank.
Okay, but in your idea, sir, where it would have got lost? Because no, in the entire process, when it is deducted from one account, it is not credited to the other account. Where would have, where the slippage would have happened? Any idea, sir?
See, there could be multiple things. Even probably it had got credited in the merchant's account later. They are lying.
Okay.
Normally, it happens. Second thing, what it could be, probably in the back end, there could be a wrong, like wrong credit. Like it is not credited to this merchant's account. Probably it wrongly got credited to somebody else's account. Because every transaction is ultimately approved by someone. There could be some clerical error or something like that.
Okay.
Might be the system was down and the fund is lying idle in your bank, which needs to be tracked. Right?
So, but one thing just to add, see, when this happened, I went to the local branch, okay, SBI, and but what I also found out that the money is then from there we wanted to trace which account number of the merchant bank it got credited. So bank to bank, they can check it out. No, if the money has gone into the account, that is possible, sir.
No, bank to bank, they will not check it. They will not take this much of load. I'll tell you. If you really want them to do something for you, you have to complain. That is my personal experience.
Okay.
You write to first you write to the nodal officer. The moment you start writing nodal officer, they will come to know that yes, these guys know the procedure and this can lead to an ombudsman complaint. Then they will immediately take action.
So I have to go to nodal officer of SBI. That's it.
Nothing. You have to write a mail.
That's
just write a mail, or simply by online you put a complaint.
To the SBI, to the SBI itself.
Absolutely. First you do SBI.
Okay.
What happens normally, what RBI ombudsman expect that if your first you complain with the ombudsman of that particular bank. Then if 30 days are gone and bank has not done anything, then you can go to RBI. Then you lodge a complaint with RBI, immediately they will take action. They will send a mail to the bank's compliance officer that this is the issue which I have got to know about your bank that the customer is facing. Then bank is bound to reply to both RBI and we.
Thank you, sir. This is the only problem we are facing apart from the convenience. Some little bit slippage is happening. That's it.
Little bit?
Slippage is happening in these kind of things, like slippage and other issues are happening. Otherwise, this is very convenient.
Which one? Like RBI?
This Google Pays. Yeah, this Google Pays and other thing. The mobile payment is very convenient.
I mean, mobile payment is very convenient, but in case you are facing this kind of issue, then obviously, see, you cannot. Why you would lose even 1 rupee? Like it's a hard-earned money. So do not leave it like this. Simply complain and get your money back. This is what we have to do as a. See, we are finance guys. We are credit and risk guys. We are from lending domain. We are from BFSI domain. How can somebody else cheat us here? We will not allow this to happen. We know the procedures. We know whom to approach. We will not let that happen. Why should we spare even 1 rupee? Something taken in a wrong way is wrong. That's it. They have to refund.
Agreed.
They have to agree. And they have to refund your money. You immediately today only, along with all the transaction details, complain it to nodal officer. If it doesn't get addressed, just wait for 30 days, put a complaint to RBI ombudsman.
Good.
Okay. So this is the overall settlement process. Then we'll touch a bit of blockchain. Any idea about what is blockchain? Any idea what blockchain is? It's a digital database or ledger that is distributed among nodes of a peer-to-peer network. So there is nothing centralized. So distributed ledger, yes, but it is not centralized, and there is no centralized authority who is monitoring this, right? So even if you want to transfer 1 rupee to your friend, how we are doing it? We are currently going through the bank. Now, bank is taking their transaction cost and everything. Now think of an alternate currency where I am transferring money to one of my friend directly without intervention of any third party. No, Bitcoin is not blockchain. Bitcoin is just a part of that, right? So if we put all now, even if I send the money and the entire chain of records is maintained by blockchain, not by any centralized authority. It's quite worse that way. These are some properties of distributed ledger technology. One is programmable, blockchain is programmable. So if you really want to understand blockchain, there is something, like a platform which is called Ethereum, on which the entire activity, entire working is done. Anybody who has knowledge of Python and Java, they understand blockchain coding better compared to a first-time user. Now, all network participants, so another characteristics is distributed. All network participants have a copy of the ledger for complete transparency. So in the entire chain, everyone gets a ledger. Next is immutable. Any validated records are irreversible and cannot be changed. So if you change something, the entire chain gets broken up. Timestamp, the transaction timestamp is recorded on a block. All network participants agree to the validity of each of the records. That is unanimous. And anonymous is the identity of the participants is either anonymous or pseudonym. So either a pseudonym is there or no name is there. So this is how the blockchain works. A user request for a transaction, a block representing the transaction is created. The block is broadcasted to all the nodes of the network. All the nodes validate the block and transactions. Next, the block is added to the chain. Then the transaction gets verified and executed. Yeah, future of blockchain is again under question because there is a strong resistance as there is no centralized repository of data. Second, there is no centralized control on blockchain. So there are a lot of resistance. Obviously, blockchain is quietly in vogue, and even there are certain nationalized banks who are trying to explore blockchain, rather giving contract to the blockchain players also to develop a blockchain ecosystem for transfer of data. But still, that is in quite nascent stage, and we really don't know what is going to happen.
So particularly for the real estate records and supply chain logistics solutions, I think blockchain will be making an impact.
Correct. But the major problem in blockchain is, one, if you lose your credentials, you are gone. There is no way out to retrieve your credentials. So if you forget your login password in your net banking, you will be able to retrieve it because somebody at the backend is maintaining that. But if you really lose your blockchain credentials, you will not be able to recover. That is a major lacuna because there is nothing centralized. It is between you and me. Simple thing is that. Clear? Clear up to this much?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, guys. So that's all for today. Any comment, any query?
Yeah, I want to be the first and say only one thing. Overall, it was excellent, but I think you you reserved the best for the last day. So we really enjoyed this digital lending and a whole lot of stuff because this is a domain by itself.
This is the future basically. So we cannot escape from this.
Yes.
Anyway, the more we explore, the more it is good for it, and the more we be accustomed to this, it is good for us.
So
That's it.
just to understand, are you like, I think looking at the way you've gone into digital lending, I'm
Correct.
sure you are doing some kind of a domain work to build a software or something, looks like.
Correct. So to some extent, definitely a domain work, and simultaneously, I'm trying to get into more technicalities.
And so
Because
why?
getting into technicalities will take some time.
Okay.
But from the domain point of view, understanding the requirement, okay, talking to the clients, because I speak their language, honestly speaking. When I talk to a credit guy or when I talk to a lending guy from any bank, then obviously they can relate with me very quickly, because I know, I understand even like what they want to say. Even if they say something, what is the objective of that? I understand that. That is something which any developer will not be able to do, because developer only knows coding. They can, improve their skill set on this. But again, their main forte is coding only. And simultaneously, obviously, yeah.
So will this be digital lending, just to understand, like I showed you some websites, so we shared certain names. Will it be part of a separate software or will it be part of a core banking itself? How is it going to pan out?
So digital lending itself, basically, it's an entire software itself is digital. Okay. Now what happens at multiple level, in order to avoid manual things, then obviously, a lot of integrations are happening. So if you visit any fintech fest, again, fintech fest happened in Mumbai in May. Again, there is a NBFC summit which is going to happen in Chennai on 2nd of August. Anybody from Chennai here? There is, so you can search on Google. Initially, they had mentioned the date as 19th of July. Now they have shifted it to 2nd of August. 2nd of August, there is a NBFC summit which is happening in Chennai. And the main agenda of the NBFC summit is digitalization and mainly AI and ML. So if you visit this kind of summit or this kind of fintech programs, you will see there are around 200 to 250 stalls. All the companies, some are startups, some are bigger than startups, some are established companies who has come up and they are displaying their services. Now, everybody cannot provide everything. What happens like that? For an example, I have LOS, I don't have LMS. I have LOS, but I don't have OCR. I am an alternate data provider, but I do not have LOS. So what happens? Integration plays a major role currently. So you cannot make everything. It's not possible. You cannot hire so many developers, so many experts. And even if you hire and make the product, it cannot be a long-term hire. After that, if you are not able to sell, then what you will do with so many resources? Then you will be a second by juice, right? So what happens is that the best way to give a consolidated package to a customer is integrate. One company integrates with another. So when we were participating in this fintech event in Mumbai, so a lot of companies were visiting our stalls and we were also visiting a lot of stalls and we were exchanging our business cards. When we were doing that, we found probably there is an AI company who is into sentiment analysis. Now I don't have sentiment analysis currently, or I have it not. It is not at a matured state. So probably we can integrate. We had exchanged our business card. We can integrate for our to give a comprehensive package to a client. Suppose one of my client is looking for a complete LOS along with lot of analytics with certain rule engine based on regression model. If I don't have that, I will tie up with an AI-based company and his services will be integrated to my entire platform from the backend. And the customer will not know. Customer will know that I am the service provider. Customer will know on pen and papers that yes, both are the service providers. They are integrated with this company. But customer will not separately see that this system is this data is coming from this, because both the systems are integrated, right? So could I answer your query?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Basically, to beat the complexity, we are doing like that.
Rather to ease the complexity.
Okay, release the comments. Okay, fine.
Correct. Okay. Yeah. Somebody was talking about introduction. Just quickly, let us do it and wrap up because I have another meeting. So yeah, please introduce one by one.
Sir, you can start.
Sorry.
You can start first. It will begin with you.
Well, my name is Abhijit Chatterjee, and as you know, I have almost 19 years of experience in finance domain. When I started in selling loans. I was a hardcore sales guy till 2012, and then I have shifted to underwriting, credit underwriting, and later went up to zonal level in credit underwriting. And after that, right now, what I discovered that see, credit underwriting for me was becoming slightly boring. Like it was repetitive task. Files, you just see the files and do it. Plus, what I realized is that there is a stagnancy, like normal credit underwriting will become obsolete. So I thought, why not shift to a automation domain? Now, I had already pursued a certification course on SAS and R way back in 2017. And I had, fortunately, I got exposure in multiple credit underwriting domains. So there are people who have been underwriting only one particular domain, be it PL or auto loan for years and years, around 10 years he has been underwriting. So I have done underwriting for MSME, for project finance, for small ticket size, large ticket size, construction equipment, commercial vehicle, home loans, lab, everything, and also revolving facilities, right? So then I thought, why not? Like, with a certification and with a bit of knowledge, why not shift to automation domain? Then I have shifted to automation. So from 2021 December, even if you refer to my LinkedIn profile also, you can see that I am into automation. So I was into automation of co-lending middleware. Co-lending is a much talked about subject right now. I am currently into automation. I myself configure scorecards, decision tree, decision table, policies, eligibility rule sets. Also, there are certain flows of different type of loans which I design and give it to developers that keep on developing. Also, as a part of my job, I have done multiple testing where when the software is in the UAT environment, it is developed by the developer, then testing is needed and see and give my input that whether it is giving desired result or not. Apart from that, I have a keen interest in analytics. So currently I'm making one AI-based model also. So that's how it is. That's all about me. I stay in Mumbai. What about rest?
Kamalesh, you go next in the order.
Yeah. My name is Kamlesh Ochani. Currently, I've been into the mutual fund investments mainly.
Great.
So right from the mutual fund product team to the operations, automation, data analysis. So I have over a period of 15 years, I have been into all the departments and have contributed significantly to all the departments. So I have a fair knowledge. So this is a one area of the credit and other things. So I wanted to understand from the knowledge perspective. So that is why I joined this course.
Great.
So that's it from my side. Thank you.
Okay. Next goes Kunal.
Hi everyone, my name is Kunal. I head the fixed income business at Phillip Capital. We are a market intermediary that tries to identify good opportunities for our clients on direct bond side. So which is why in certain calculations that Abhijit, you were throwing out, the way you were calculating it and the way it's actually calculating the market, I found a difference.
Okay.
Which, I had sent you, I don't think Equalify sent those to you, but I had sent certain calculations to you about IRR calculations.
You can do a small thing. Just you can note down my mail ID.
Just one moment, sir. Please go ahead.
abhijit.stfc@gmail.com.
So,
and everyone can note it down on my mobile number as well.
Yes, please. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I've written. Oh, sure. I have not shared my screen. Sorry. I stopped sharing. One sec. Can you see? my screen is visible? My screen is visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Just take a
Also, yep, we've taken one, sir. So
Yeah.
also, the reason for joining this is because I'm very passionate about the fact that fixed income has been sold very badly to clients.
Mhm.
I think during the course of this various sessions, people have spoken of Yes Bank, Lakshmi Vilas, ILFS, and traditionally market has been, there is a lack of transparency. People talk about how the fixed income market is shallow, but actually, all of that works in our favor. If somebody is ready to do good work, okay, if somebody is ready to be transparent, provide clients with all the right information, as the market grows, which it has already started growing, and as the market grows, the potential in direct fixed income is just immense, is huge. So which is why that is an area of my interest and my work.
That's cool. Good to know. You are doing bond valuation as well?
We do. Okay, so we rely a bit on the rating agencies for the valuation, okay,
Mhm.
because that is a regulatory requirement.
Okay.
But yes, since we actually help NBFCs in raising the funds, okay, and we actually look to put our own balance sheet in that, making the initial investments, yes, we do originate and kind of price the bond that at levels that we think are appropriate.
So when we talk about you help the NBFCs, means you give them from your own fund
Own
or
balance
your
sheet.
own fund?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So would be happy to connect with you. Just LinkedIn may I am available by this name,
Yes.
BGABHHIJIT. Few people have already connected with me. So just send me on my mobile number, not on this. Like if you could send me your, that's my WhatsApp number, the number which I have given. Send me your LinkedIn link.
Yes.
Then obviously I can send you a connection request and
Thank you
probably.
so much. Yeah, thank you so much. And it was very enjoyable. And
thank you so much, Kunal. Thanks. This is the name by which you can find me, or else you can send me a WhatsApp on this number. I can connect with you. Okay. Who is the next?
Manish.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, hello everyone. Myself Manish, and I'm from Mumbai. Currently, I'm working with Morningstar India Private Limited as a data analyst analyst, and I have almost.
Oryx?
Sorry?
Oryx, ORIX?
No. With Morningstar Private Limited.
Morningstar, okay. Morningstar.
Yes. Morningstar. Yeah. As a data analyst, and almost I have 1.2 years of experience. And
Okay.
yeah, in past I worked with Motilal Oswal as a equity dealer,
Okay.
where I just handle the client portfolio and manages on day-to-day basis or monthly basis. And I'm very much interested in finance. That's why I joined Morningstar as a data analyst. And I joined this course just because I want more exposure in finance domain.
That's great. Good to know you, Manish.
Yeah,
Who's
thank
the
you.
next?
And
Tanmoy.
Hi everyone, I'm Tanmoy, and I am presently working with one of the consulting firm KPMG in financial risk management domain. So I have around 11 years of experience, it being quite different experience across various roles in banking and finance, from retail banking to private banking, wealth management, then into asset management. Then I I shifted my interest towards a little bit into analytics, and I venture into financial risk management, which is presently I'm working right now. And I'm from Calcutta. And sir, it is very good session. I mean to say, I have already passed CCRA in the month of March. I already gave that exam and I've already got certified. I took this training session just to get more knowledge out of it, because I still felt after exam that I need to acquire more knowledge about the credit industry, because my domain is mostly into credit risk and a bit into market risk and a lot of regulations, which most of the bank has to follow, like Basel, IFRS and everything. So it's a very good session, especially last 3 sessions has been quite a good, and this last session has been quite a good, I mean to say, in terms of digital lending and everything. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Tanmoy. Thanks.
Yash.
Yeah, Anand. I think next is Anand.
Yeah, Anand,
can
you can go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. See, nothing much to, I cannot boast like others because as everybody knows, I connected, I'm not from this particular field. I am here because last 3 years I've been like reading more and I like this particular industry. So that's about it. Whatever my knowledge is, what I hear and in papers or in YouTubes or from trainers like Abhijit. So that's it, sir. I'm from basically from IT field and I got a good amount of experience there and doing a bit of consulting there, but more reading in this particular field. So nothing else. That's why I've been interacting more. I learned by interaction. I learned by answering questions. I learned by listening to others.
Good to know you, Anand.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I think who is next is
Yeah, she's there.
Yashwant.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, Yashwant.
Yeah, my name is Yashwant Arya. I'm basically from Bangalore, born and brought up here. And coming to my experience, I worked with Axis Bank for 9 years into different departments, different branches. I learned banking there. And then I moved to Yes Bank. I worked there for 5 years. And in my last stint as I was a product manager there, based out of Mumbai, 1 year only. And during COVID, after the first COVID, I came out and started my consultancy. It is known as Arthik Finserv. We help our clients to get the best funding available in the market across the financial institutions, whether it is a nationalized bank, private bank, or a NBFC. So we are now venturing into the foreign exchange funding as well, like bank guarantees, LC, SBLC, and even the supply chain finance as well. So we are doing a tie-up with the financial institutions who provide all these facilities
Very good.
in
Good
India
knowledge.
and abroad as well.
Very good. Very good.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Yashwant. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay. Next, who is next?
We are done, sir.
Done. Okay. Thank you, guys. That's really nice knowing you. And we'll definitely be in touch. Okay. You have my WhatsApp number. You have my mobile come WhatsApp number. You have my mail ID. Please be in touch. Let us get connected on LinkedIn. Okay. Thanks a lot. Wish you all the best for your career, for your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a nice Sunday. Take care. God bless you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
See
sir.
you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.